Just for fun, I thought we'd take a look at the Fireball XL5 project by Back2Bike, supported by a number of people, including Alpegio, who's made the Fireball XL5 fly. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, if you enjoy my content, why not consider a small donation through the coffee link in the description. Thank you. Right, well, here we are. It's early morning. We're in Hawaii. And we're actually on, which island are we on? Hawaii. And you might not have realised that Lanai was the headquarters of Space Command, and in 1962, Jerry Anderson, in what must be one of his first supermarionation series, created a series about the famous XL5, which is a space defense rocket capable of flying in the atmosphere as well. And Back2Bike recreated it along with the spaceport. Now you can see that there's a few issues with the topography of the ground, which I think probably more to do with orthophotos than anything else. But it is really rather nice, isn't it? And we've got, you know, a sort of fully animated Space Force base as well. And if I hop in the cockpit and twiddle around, you'll see that the famous robot is there. Now the real thing looks like it's got a plastic cup on its head, and this does actually speak to you. Not sure what these do. Do they do anything? No, they're just models. You've only got the I shall say that we've only got, I think, the cockpit. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, just the cockpit. Now, the one thing I have noticed is the G-loaded camera is a bit of a problem for the model. So you'll find yourself in all sorts of bother if you try to fly with the G-loaded camera on. So I recommend turning it off. You see, and the 3 throttles. I think, yeah, I've got them the wrong way around. It's very confusing. But there's 2 that control the lift engines, which I think right. I'm just gonna settle the controls a bit, just for a sec. Joystick. We've got, I set up a specific profile for this. So we want the CIX yoke, and we want the throttle quadrant. Now that is 3. So right, this is really confusing, to be honest. So that, which is the mixture, is controlling the throttle. So whatever I think I'm doing, mixture is throttle 1. So we want the throttle to be throttle 1. Okay. So that's now something really weird going on. Hang on. If we make that throttle 1, that throttle 2, and that throttle 3. Yeah. Let's see if that works. Right, 1, 2, 3. So what have we got in here? Well, if we turn the master switch on, we've got weather radar, you've got autopilot. By the way, Alpegio has given this monster legs, and hats off to him. Then we've got the 3 throttles. Now, if we just hop outside for a minute, there are 2 lift engines underneath, and then there's the rocket at the back. All right, so you know what, that would be a good sight. That would be a good view, wouldn't it? Let's see if we can launch from that. Okay, so fuel on, master switch on. If we now look outside, got various lights. Now I did struggle to do a replay on this, I'll be honest. Okay, fuel's on, master's on. That. You get the music as well, which is really cool. Look at that. Okay, so we have to use both the lift engines and also the rocket at the back. All right. Obviously, where this earns its spurs, so to speak, is in high altitude, where it can travel at extraordinary speeds. So what we should be able to do is reduce the power on the lift engines. It's a bit like the Alia, but on steroids, isn't it? Like that. It just looks beautiful. I mean, I think the modelling is extraordinary. You know, the shiny metal skin and all of that. I mean, the flight model is something else. It really is. Entirely sure of the soundscape. I wonder if the beautiful, isn't it? Beautifully built. Hang on, let's just do something with the sound. Exterior sound. Let's make the exterior sound much louder. There you go. All right, that's fine. So that's the thing. The echo of exterior and interior sounds. Yeah, that's more like it, isn't it? Look at that. So we are now going at 600 miles an hour. 600 knots, should I say. Interesting, isn't it? The frames aren't great. It looks fabulous, doesn't it? I mean, it's bonkers, but it just looks fabulous. And there's even, if we fire flares and have a look, you can see the flares coming out. Apparently you can also shoot the missile. I'm not sure whether there's something else you need to do, and whether you need a target, I'm not sure. Arm. Fire. Yeah, no, there's something I'm not understanding about the way the navigation, isn't it? Not sure what happened there. That was very old, wasn't it? It's not exactly a complicated picture, is it? It's just that there. It's odd. Something not quite right about that somewhere. Keep going higher, I think. What's 2,000 feet? Ground speed's now 1,000 knots. Mark something or other. Sixty 2,000 feet. Something on this display that's consuming a lot of GPU. $80,000 feet. Wowzers, look at that. I don't think that it's going to cope in space. I don't think the upper reaches of the atmosphere. Probably XPlane's limit. I mean, it is extraordinary, the size of the Pacific, right? I mean, we're doing 3,000 knots, right, at 83,000 feet. And look, we've barely scratched the surface of the Pacific. It's just an extraordinary expanse, isn't it? Just extraordinary. 3,500 yards. That's insane. Ah, dear. Turning's a bit tricky, not going to lie, because the wings are so small. Look at that. There's unlimited fuel, so there's no risks of running out of fuel. Still climbing. Interesting test actually, isn't it? See how high we can go before we run out of pump. Just keep going. I mean, I'm guessing eventually we'll bump into some problem with the physics model. We're far enough up. The rendering of the moon is no, it's the sun, isn't it? That's the sun. Look at that. I mean, are we still climbing? Yeah, that's it. You ain't going any higher. 199,561 feet. There you go, people. That's as high as you can go, even with oxygen tablets. Okay. And what we're doing? What speed are we doing at the moment? 11,000 knots. If you don't believe me, there you go. That indicated that's the ground speed. Bad, really, isn't it? Edge of space. Right, I think what we might do is just cheat. It is travelling at a pace, isn't it? Let's bring it down a bit. A bit emotional about that, I think. It's lost half its speed. And map. Where are we going to land, do you think? Very difficult to get it to turn is the thing. You give it a bit of a blip with the lift engines. Seems to be the way. $35,000 feet. I mean, this is not survivable as a normal human, is it? If you were a puppet, I think you'd be alright. Really want to move, does it? Perhaps if I see if I can sit at the autopilot, what's going on with us? There's the autopilot, hang on. Sure there's an autopilot somewhere. There's no autopilot, is there? Wow, 5,000 feet. Actually quite difficult to judge. That's it. $480 an hour. It is impossible to control. I mean, it just is. really difficult to control. Right, we know we just gained 20,000 feet in a few seconds. Okay. Makes me laugh since then it was VOR and stuff. I mean, where you get the energy, think about any of that madness when you're fighting with, I mean, literally everything. We have a look at it at night just for a sec. Make it dark. And then shoot off some flares. It does look very impressive, doesn't it? I'm going to pause it there. Okay. Well, we have a few issues with the spaceport being on a bit of a slant. I think I might try landing at Lanai. Just picking up, right. Okay. There's Lanai. Okay. There you are. We made it, people. Let's have a look and see. Cool. That just gives you a feel for the scale of the thing, really, doesn't it? It's a monster. Right, let's see if we can replay that. Here it comes. That is definitely the least worst, and I'm particularly enjoying flexing of the undercarriage. Let's see if we can capture that. Eh, as we come in. Right, there you go. Let's just toggle replay again. Now, granted, this is due to my incompetence. You're 30 feet up and it hits the ground. That's the thing. Here we go. Look at that. Doesn't quite work from that angle, does it? It's a shame. How interesting. Never mind. So there we go. You can see. Here is the. Hang on. The other characters look. Looking at the windscreen. It's gloriously insane, isn't it? But hats off to Back2Bike, Alpegio, and everyone else has been involved in either doing or encouraging this extraordinary piece of work. Now I know that we sometimes be a bit stuffy about flight simulation, how serious it all is, but X is, after all, just is short for experimental, and actually sometimes it's just nice to try something out and see if it would really work in the real world. And I have to say, um, I think the real world experience of this particular piece of Jerry Anderson craziness would be terrifying. There's no other way. There's no other way to describe it, really. It is a glorious piece of work. So, hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content, perhaps not quite so bonkers. Thank you for watching.